is though.
Got this.
Just gotta live life how it is today.
Right.
Today is one of those days, so folks know every day. Matter of fact, I haven't had a perfect day yet, but I be hearing about them.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody else got perfect days. It's live, by the way, so you know what I'm
is?
saying? Yeah, so I don't
Okay.
want you to know. Be like, hey, how I end up on your live? Ooh. It's definitely live. I'm waiting to see some people jump on here.
Okay.
Folks be like, you start going for anybody's on, and then I never get the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
My bad. I didn't know. I did not know. I came prepared today.
Oh, I did.
I came prepared. All right. The first person that jumped on, 2 people. Hey, for Tuesday's inspiration. That is what's up. 4 people. I like it. I love it. It's great. All right. So now, let me just pull up some notes. I'm going to jump right into this thing for anybody that's watching. A little bit of Tuesday inspiration. Today, I'm talking about a topic. Last week, I did how I made $2,000 a day, day after day after day after day after day after day. There's a formula, right? So it's not impossible. I just met a sister who's making like $4,000 a day, and she killing anything I tried to do, and she made me rethink what I was already doing. So on the money side, it's not impossible, but it does take some hard work. There's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. I can't give you a formula that's going to make you make $2,000 tomorrow, but I can give you a formula that can help you make $2,000 or whatever it is you want to make. Is very real. So I asked a question for those who are watching. I asked a question. My question was, how much money are you willing to pay to make whatever amount of money that you want to make? Like to make a crazy amount of money. How much money are you willing to pay to make as much money as you want to make? And it sounds like a crazy question, right? What do you mean? How much money am I willing to pay to make as much money as? So let me break it down for you. Some things in this life are free. Sunlight, oxygen, sometimes water, love, companionship. These things are free. But there's something about knowledge in order to get to a certain place, some knowledge is free, but some knowledge just is not free. And because some knowledge is not free, the formula to actually get to where you're trying to go, you have to be willing to invest in yourself. Like if you're not willing to invest in yourself, entrepreneurship is not for you. You're going to have to invest a lot more in yourself than you actually make, especially in the beginning. Like in the beginning, you're going to have to put up a lot of money just to get on. And then once you put that money up, there's no guarantee that you're going to make the money back, but you got to be willing to invest in yourself. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, I try to tell people this every week. Entrepreneurship is 99% self-development. Okay, I'm sorry, 90% self-development, 10% business know-how, business savvy, business models and all that. But 90% of entrepreneurship is just self-development. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, work on yourself, become the best version of yourself, become a better you, if you're not willing to do that, then entrepreneurship is probably not going to work for you. So especially in the black community, though, we got to break this habit of saying this stuff about, oh, that person was filthy rich. Filthy and rich are not synonymous. A person that's broke can be filthy. Filthy people are filthy regardless. They're going to be filthy with money. They're going to be filthy without money. Money only makes you more of what you already are. So you can't say, oh, this person's going to be filthy rich. This person is filthy rich. That we have been trained to have a negative relationship with money. So we talk about somebody being filthy rich, but we got to break that habit. We got to get into the habit of, I made money to take care of myself, my family, to build a legacy so that my great-great-great-grandchildren can know and live a better life and have a higher quality of life than I was able to have. And that's what we get into the game for. I'm like Dame Dash. I don't hustle for my first name. I hustle for my last name, all right? I do it for my family. I do it for the people that's out there that I can touch, that I can inspire. Money is only a byproduct of whatever it is that you're doing. So if you're only in entrepreneurship for money, I mean, you may make some decent money, but you'll never reach your peak because you can't enter into this thing saying, I want to do this strictly for money. But also don't enter into it and saying, I don't care if I don't make money. That's definitely the wrong attitude. Both of those polar opposites are on different ends of the spectrum, and you got to meet somewhere in the middle. You want to make money, but then make money doing something that's going to help other people, that's going to help build your legacy, that's going to help create a reputation for yourself that's good and that's positive. If you get into it strictly for money, or if you get into it with plans to make no money, you're going to fail both ways. And that's going to be a hard fail. So very quick, let's run this down in about 5 to 6 minutes. All right. How much money are you willing to pay to make as much money as you want to make? if you've been in any of my workshops before, then you know how much money me and my wife put up to get our consultants. But we put up a lot of money. In order for me to get my business mentor that I put up, we had to put up a lot of money just to go sit down and talk with people and get training courses and go down to conferences. Like me and my wife, we went down to Atlanta for a training conference. That conference in itself cost $2,000 just to get to the conference. We had to buy the tickets, hotel, all that stuff just to get down there. But to be in the presence of somebody that can educate you on entrepreneurship, on business, on whatever your industry is. So for us, it was beauty supply. Like, I don't know anything about beauty supply. I didn't know nothing about no 1B, 27, no 30-inch. No, I didn't know nothing about none of that. So since I didn't know, I had to get educated. I had to get educated on retail. I had to get educated on how vendors work. I had to get educated on all these things that directly affect my business. But because I was willing to pay an exuberant amount of money, at least at that time, for what I was making, for what I had, because I was willing to pay an exuberant amount of money, it gave me a head start to where I'm at now. People come to me and are willing to pay me money just to learn what I paid money to learn. So the type of money that I paid is nothing compared to what I've made from gaining that knowledge. So the question is, how much are you willing to pay? So let's run through this. Do you buy books? Right? Any person that's ever come to me, and people do this, not all the time, but I have more than a few people that have come to me and say, hey, can you be my business mentor? Can you help me get to the next level? Help me get to the next stage? Not that I'm at any stage where I'm comfortable at. I'm definitely trying to grow myself. But people ask, can you help me get to the next stage? Okay, well, what books do you read? It's always my first question. And if there's a certain group of books that I recommend to people, no matter who it is, it's 3 books in particular, and I recommend these same 3 books to people, no matter who they are across the board. Have you read these 3 books? If you haven't read these 3 books, go read those books and get back to me after you read those books. Those books are going to change the way you think about business. You got to grow. You got to go and grow from an employee mind state to a entrepreneur mind state. You got to be willing to risk everything. You got to be willing to put it all on the line. So you got to have books, invest in books. You got to invest in workshops. You got to find like-minded people who are other entrepreneurs grinding. You got to find people who have more success than you. You got to find people who have more money than you. You got to find people that know more than you and put yourself around those people and grow from being around those people. You got to invest in workshops, invest in seminars, invest in webinars. I do all of that because I'm always trying to get better every single day. I would advise, if there's a specialty or a niche that you're going into in your industry that you're interested in going into business, find some consultants. Consultants can save you so many headaches. There's a price that you pay, which is a pretty penny, but I promise you, the amount of money that we made purchasing our consultants, I was able to make that money back in 7 or 8 days, making $2,000 a day. So that kind of give you an idea for what we paid to get into the game. And that was just to retain services. That wasn't for any part of the business. But if you're able to make that money back in 7 or 8 days, why not do it? You spend a lot and you take a huge risk. Entrepreneurship is about a calculated risk. Don't get me wrong. But if you're willing to take that risk, then why not do it? So find yourself a role model, right? Why find a role model? Find a role model because role models have the blueprint. And blueprints provide you with the information that's needed to build a project, right? Blueprints keep people on the same track. So you got to find role models. Find somebody to pattern yourself after that's done what you want to do, but that's done what you want to do. Right. Done what you want to do. That's been where you want to go, that has what you want to have, that knows what you want to know, or that knows what you don't even know that you don't know. Find yourself a role model. Surround yourself around other entrepreneurs. Like, you have to do this. Like, if you come around me and you start complaining about your job, I'm going to look at you crazy. Because I don't even understand that language. What are you talking about? Why are you complaining about your job to me? Your job has this problem and that problem. Okay, why don't you own your job? Or are you looking at a way that you can own your job? Are you looking at a way like, if you want to be a doctor, there's nothing wrong with that. Own your practice. You want to be an attorney? Nothing wrong with that. Own your practice. You want to open up a little janitor? You want to get into the cleaning business? Open up your own cleaning business. Like, people think that it takes this exuberant amount of money to start a business. It really doesn't. The main thing you need is drive, determination, willpower, commitment, obsession with whatever it is you want to do. And you have to determine that you're not going to quit. Real simple. All right. Go to YouTube. YouTube University is great. I spend at least 2 or 3 hours on YouTube every day watching lectures, videos, how to do this, how to do that, how to find this, how to find that. YouTube has all your business answers. I don't want to cut myself out of money, but when people come to me sometimes and ask certain questions, I got the answer from a YouTube video. You can come to me and pay me to give you that same answer. I give it to you. But YouTube University, everything's on YouTube. Everything you need to know about how to do anything is on YouTube. Go to YouTube, study that bad boy, get some books on it, put it together, and invest in yourself. That's how you come up. That is how you put yourself in position to be a successful business owner, successful entrepreneur. And I'm still learning as we go every day, day by day, but you got to make sure you do that, all right? Here's one more thing you can do. Volunteer. Some people do not understand the power of volunteering. When you volunteer, whether it's an event, whether it's at a hospital, maybe pre-COVID, but no matter where it is, when you volunteer, you put yourself around people that you may not have access to otherwise. And business is not about what you know, it's about who you know. And if you put yourself around the right person at the right time, the right opportunity may come about that may help thrust you in your business. If you've ever been to my workshops or you come to my workshop that I have coming up, there was 3 situations that I put myself in. The first 2 looked like massive failures when they happened, and they hurt. They were painful. It was not a time period that I'm looking forward to repeating ever again in life. But because I put myself in those positions, I was able to grow each time. The first time and the second time when the massive failures happened, it was because I grew in those massive failures that because by the time I got to the third time, I realized how I could make a change and make a difference going forward in the future. So volunteer and put yourself around people that you don't know. I took a couple notes. Let me make sure I don't miss anything because I want to give you all, why would you pay money to make money, right? The first time I started on those 3 failures, the first time I went into business, I had no money to invest. The only thing I had to invest was time. So I spent my time and I put in so much time into the business that that's all I did every day. And I wasn't making a dime. I didn't make $1. I was dead broke. I was flipping what I was making just to stay in business, just to keep it going. I was not making money. It wasn't really a fun time, except that I was learning business and growing. Ultimately, I failed. But when I failed, I left with nothing. But guess what the beauty about leaving with nothing is? It's a fresh start. It means you get to start over. I started over, and guess what? I grew and got better. By the time I went into my second opportunity, now I put up my own money. And when I put up my own money, I got a little bit more successful, but I didn't get to where I wanted to go, and I still ended up failing again. The third time, not only did I put up my own money, I made a declaration that I didn't need anybody else's money, and that's when I got all these different blessings that came down, found investors, found different things, and I was like, oh, thank you. This is so hard. I needed this in my life. And so it was great, but I had to stay consistent, and you have to grow through these things, all right? You've got to be willing to risk everything you have and lose it. And if you do lose it, you've got to be willing to get back up and risk it all again. And if you lose it again, you got to be willing to get back up, risk it all again. And if you lose it all again, you got to keep going until you get to where you want to go. So if you ask me the question, how much am I willing to pay to make as much money as I want to make? I'm willing to pay as much as I have to pay. As much as I have to pay. I don't care if it's $50,000. I don't care about paying $50,000. I don't care about paying $75,000. I don't care about paying $100,000 to get certain knowledge that's going to help me to make $200,000. It's going to help me to make $300,000. It's going to help me to make $400,000. I don't care. So you got to change your relationship with how you see money and the outcome of money. You get money and spend money. We have no problem buying shoes, clothes, paying ComEd, Nycor, or these people that, they give us a resource, but they're not going to help you gain assets. Every time, if every time you give them money, they just come back and ask for more money, that's not necessarily an asset that's beneficial. You need to find assets that pay you every month so you don't have to pay. You don't have to worry when you get paid. Your money now is coming from money that you made off of assets. That's passive income. That's residual income. That's trail income. That's money that you don't have to go out there and work hard for. The money is just coming to you. All right. So I don't know if you all have heard this story before, but this is what I'm going to close on. And I got a sister here. She hiding. She in the back taking care of business at the beauty supply store. I'm going to try to put her on camera just to put her on Front Street because she cool. And you gotta give these entrepreneurs I'm telling you, I didn't coach her or nothing, but I'm telling you, she'll tell you the same thing I'm telling you. It's common across the board. It's a commonality that you share with other people going through the same type of struggle. As an entrepreneur, you're not alone. Everybody goes through the same journey, the same struggle, the same ups, the same downs. All right. Did you know that I believe his name is Jack Canfield? Jack Canfield wrote this book. And this book, you may have heard of it. It's called Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul. And Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul was rejected 144 times by 144 different publishers before Jack Canfield got his first publisher that would accept his book. 144 rejections. Some of us quit in business after we get 2 no's. Some of us quit in business after we get 10 no's. Some of us, if we got 50 no's in a row, we would be done. Some of us, if we got 100 no's in a row, we would be done. If we got 125 no's, we would be done. Like, I tried this 125 times and I got no every time. But the odds are, if you keep trying, it doesn't matter if it takes you 1,000 times, that one time you get a yes, that one yes will eclipse everything else. So Jack Canfield, he got turned down. He got rejected 144 times on his book, Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul. And when he got his first publisher 145 that he went to, they said, sure, I'll publish your book, but don't expect this book to sell any more than 20,000 copies. They laughed at the book. They told him it wasn't a good book. It wasn't going to do well. Guess what? Today in 2020, Jack Canfield has sold over 123 million copies in the United States alone. He sold over 500 million copies of Chicken Noodle Soup for the Soul across the world. But everybody doubted him. He got rejected 144 times, but he's still here. And he's more successful than everybody that rejected him. Think about that, right? Steve Jobs, he founded Apple. He came out with 2 terrible products. And when he came out with those 2 terrible products, Steve Jobs got fired from Apple, the company he started. And it was years later, but eventually Steve Jobs came back. I mean, they got a whole movie about it. Go check out the movie on Steve Jobs. There's another lady by the name of Ariana Huffington. Hey, Create! You see in the background. This is what we do. Entrepreneurs Link. Can you say hello to the viewers that's watching? You know, I'm just talking about entrepreneurship, talking about consistency. What would you pay as an entrepreneur to make as much money as you ever wanted to make? Like, what would you be willing to pay for that?
Almost my last. That's more important, because if you can learn, spend the money. You can do research with, but you got to apply the knowledge of what you're using your money for. So that's more important than anything.
Absolutely.
Don't just buy it and hold it to be like, I ain't got time. No, you got to put in that work.
Put in the work.
I'm out here looking, I done been all.
You see, today one of my rough days. The waves ain't popping like they normally supposed to, you know. But it's cool. I can do that every once in a while. You know, it's cool.
I would definitely I would take that chance. I would leap out there. You know what I mean? But keep a little cut. You know, so you can eat. You gotta eat. You feel me? But
hey, look, when Kishonda will tell y'all the story, I took my last $20 to my name. Do you hear me? We had our products, and nobody ever taught me business class, so we had our generic looking product in a pizza box from Walmart, and we put like 50 products in a box, put $20 in the gas tank. We had a half a tank. We drove from Rockford to Milwaukee, where I don't know anybody.
yeah.
And my only option was this. We didn't have enough gas to get home. My only option was either sell every product that we have, or we're going to be homeless in Milwaukee, in a city that we don't know tonight. That's our only option. Sell or go homeless. Go hard or go homeless. And guess what happened? Because my back was against the wall, every barber shop, every beauty supply store, every salon I walked into, I sold like 10 of them things. Oh, wow. Because when you're back against the wall, what you going to do? It's a phrase that says burn the ships. Burn the ship means it's a Spanish general that ended up in like Mexico. And okay, she dipping off. She's still here. I'm gonna bring her back for y'all if y'all need it. I got you. Right? There's a Spanish general that I think it was like Mexico or somewhere around there. They came to they were going to war, but the soldiers were all tired. And so they didn't want to fight. They had one last battle left, but they didn't want to fight. They had been in the seas. They had been fighting for so long. They were tired. They were all worried. They were exhausted. So the general took all of the soldiers on the beach to give them one last speech. And while he was giving them the speech, he sent another one of his people that he was in leadership over to go burn the boats. So once they set the boats on fire, he told his men, listen, you're either going to fight or die. And like, you got to have that mentality. Fight or die. What you going to do? Are you going to fight for what you believe in? Are you going to fight for your dreams? Are you going to fight for your family? Are you going to fight for your legacy? Or are you going to die because you came into some difficult situation and it punked you? And many of us get punked at difficult situations and we don't make it through, right? But this girl I was telling you about, Ariana Huffington, she was rejected by 40 book publishers. 40 book publishers rejected her. So then she decided she was going to try something different. Guess what she did? She decided to run for governor of California. And she ran for governor of California, and I'm not in Cali, so I don't know what her campaign was like, but she only got 1% of the popular vote. Meaning this lady ain't too popular. She only got 1%. Like, damn, you can't do better than 1% in California? It's a big state. Like, you should be able to touch somebody, 2%, maybe 3%. She got 1% of the popular vote in California. But She learned a lesson from her 40 rejections, and she learned a lesson from her 1% vote. She realized that part of the reason she lost is because she didn't utilize the power of the internet. So she went back and started this website. I'm sure you may have heard of it. It's called Huffington Post. And today, Huffington Post is like one of the #1 news sites on the internet because she did not quit. So how much would you be willing to pay to make as much money as you wanted to make? I know for me personally, we've invested thousands and thousands of dollars to learn from people smarter than me, wiser than me, who've been more successful, who know more, who have more, who've gotten more, because I understand that if I pay it forward, not only will the money come back, I am not worried about the money. The money will come back, but the knowledge that you gain, the wisdom that you gain, the know-how that you gain, the business savvy that you gain, it takes you and puts you on a whole other level. So I'm really just trying to hope that I inspire some of y'all and I touch some of y'all. And if you're interested in getting into business, man, I'm hoping that this really is driving a point home to you. That's all I got for you today, all right? Be willing to risk everything. Go hard or go homeless, right? I did. And luckily we made it home. But I'm telling you, as a man, to look your wife in the face and tell her, listen, baby, it's our last 20. She looking at me like, no, save it for food, save it for dinner. I don't know if we should do it. Who do you know in Milwaukee? The only thing I knew was I said, listen, when we get to Milwaukee, the first person we see, we're going to ask them, where's the hood? As soon as we find out where the hood is at, we going, man, do you know how much business I picked up in Milwaukee? I got so much love that I can go to Milwaukee right now and sell 100 products in a day. Like, Milwaukee, hey, shout out to Milwaukee. Y'all showed me so much love. Like, I got to come out there and sprinkle love juice and love dust everywhere. Y'all showed us so much love. I thank Milwaukee. If it was not for the beautiful people in Milwaukee, I probably would not be sitting for you today because I literally put my last $20 on the line. And Milwaukee showed me so much love. They showed me unity. They came out. I didn't know nobody, and they plugged us. So that's why I try to take care of entrepreneurs when they come to our store, because the same love I receive, I try to give out. So this is Brother Henry. I'm signing off. Hey, not only is Create dropping some jewels on y'all, but she got her products in the store, men. She got the beard oil. It's been selling like crazy. She got the body butters. Hey, she has this body butter called Naked.
Yeah.
On my soul.
Yeah.
All right. If you married, get it.
Yeah, that Naked is
if
fire.
you single, you'll be married. Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, I can vouch for her product, but that Naked though,
Yeah, that Naked.
fire.
And the hair oil too. So
hair oil, bath salts.
Yes.
Like we gotta support
Beard
each other. We
oils.
gotta shop with each other. We gotta do it. So, man, come on down, check it out. I want her to be able to, share your information with the people. Let them know, where they can find you on social media.
Can find me social media. So Instagram and Facebook at Creates Love Butter LLC. My website is www.createslovebutter.com. Get these beard oils. Ladies, Sweeties Day coming up. Don't be selfish. Okay? Sweeties Day coming up. We got the butter to match the beard oil, so you can massage him, play in his beard,
Hey.
have some fun. It's love. Love butter, okay?
I like it. I like it. All right, y'all. See, I got that cosign. All right. So y'all see it when y'all need to get that connect. Now you can put a face. Now you can put a face to the
Yes.
product when you come to the store. You know what it is. All right.
y'all.
So I thank y'all for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope that you got something of value from this. My whole philosophy is if I can't give you something of value, I should probably just shut up, because it's only worth something good if I can add value to your life. So, man, leave me a comment, shoot me an inbox, leave something on my page. Check out Grindhouse Investment Group. If I've been able to add something of value to you, just let me know what it is so we can keep it going, keep the party rolling. I got a lot of content that's coming out that we're pumping out. We got videos done. We're editing stuff. We're trying to grow our brand. I got some huge news for Rockford, some things that we have going on. So make sure you tune in and check us out. All right. And I'll make sure I keep these videos coming every week. I got the message. Brother Henry, you're not doing nothing during COVID. Why you haven't been on live? I got it. I heard you. I've been on every week now. I'm going to try to do like twice a week if I can. At least once a week at a minimum, though. I'm out here. I'm talking to y'all. If you need me, you can book me for speaking engagements and all that different type of stuff. We have space in our store if you want to get your product in the store. We're opening up a clothing store. You can get clothes in the store now, shoes, designer, whatever it is that y'all doing nowadays. Holla at me. All right, it's Brother Henry signing off. Yeah, peace. Have a blessing. Oh, okay.